When we speak about pastor, you'll be like, touch not my anointed. Well, this is our anointed, anointed singer. Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sammie. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about Sammie Okposo and the mess he's found himself at the moment. So Sammie Okposo is a Nigerian singer. He sings gospel songs, you know, and that recently a lady came out to say that she's having his baby. She's pregnant, she's not had the baby yet. And there are some things that I want to talk about. Honestly, this is exactly the video that I wanted to make. And then later on this morning, before I started making videos, I got another kind of information that made me kind of, you know, think of some other aspects, and I made a separate video. I'm not sure which one I'm going to post first. So this is a gospel singer. I actually know Sammie Okposo from way back. When I say I know him, he was not my friend or anything like that, but like he's someone that I've been in close proximity, or kind of like similar circles. I don't know how to phrase it. Similar circles with, and a lot of people. I'm talking about 23 years ago or 24 years ago, and I was new in Lagos. And Sammie Okposo, I really hope my memory is not failing me, but he was singing in what's that church called now? It was they used to do service in, is it Muson Center or something like that in Lagos? Muson Center. If I pronounce it wrong, wherever, you know, those of you that know, you can correct me in the comment section. And he was singing in House on the Rock. Okay, there was a time when the singing, gospel singing scene became a very big thing. You know, that was when it began to be a big thing, if I can put it, in Nigeria, where, you know, they were beginning to kind of be like kind of celebrities in their own way. Previously it wasn't really like that, but that was, you know, a lot of the young guys, you know, young men and women. And there's so much I would say, because you would say, you know, because now they say he's a minister, you know, he's a gospel singer. There's an expectation or standard that people have in mind for people like that say they are gospel singers. You know, they are even being called ministers these days. You know, their level has really come up. Let me put it like that. Gosh, you know, I want to address the area of looking at them and saying, oh, you know, the standard that is expected of them. I'm going to say this, right? I'm talking about over 20 years ago, when that group of them, there are a lot of them. There's House on the Rock. There is this pastor Chris Okotie, his own singing people too, his own singing ministry, Christ Embassy ministry, a lot of those churches. I won't mention names or whatever, but I wasn't that up there. But I know, like, I know a brother that was really among them. I'm not even going to say his name or whatever, but the day the guy told me some stuff, I was shocked. When he told me, was like, he said, look, he said, a lot of these people are not born again. I'm not even speaking of Okposo. I'm speaking of the area of looking at them and thinking they are holy, you know, these people are these singers, you know what I mean? All this, the singing ministry of all these churches. You know, when you look at them, now, I'm not generalizing, it's not all of them, but I'm going to say, when people look at them, I'll be like, oh, they sing in church and think that they are holier than everybody else. I just want to address that aspect. So this brother that was, you know, in their caucus, and I'm going to say that this brother is somebody that I can say is serious with his Christian faith. Let me put it like that. He is very serious with his Christian faith. When he started telling me things, if I mention his name, Sammie Okposo would know him. A lot of, I don't want to mention another name, they would know him. So when he started telling me things, I was in shock. He was telling me how, he said a lot of them, not all of them, he said, look, a lot of them are sleeping with each other. He did, like, I'm not going to mention names. He said a lot of them are sleeping with each other. Say look, he said, if I tell you what's going on there, say you'll be shocked. He said, just this whole thing is entertainment. Not all of them, I keep emphasizing. But he was like, these people are just singing in church, but it doesn't mean that they are born again Christians. When he was telling me something, he was saying it with a massive burden in his heart. But, you know, we've all grown. When I used to look, honestly, when I look, I used to feel like, okay, that's the past. It's possible they've all grown up and they've all changed and all of that. And somebody like Sammie Okposo, like, he's married. I would have thought that, you know, as a married man now, maybe, you know, people have passed. Let's not come here and pretend. I have friends that went to boarding school, like girls' boarding school, that will talk about some of the things that girls did in when they were in boarding school, that if you hear it, you'll be like, whoa. But now they're all married women, responsible people, living their lives, and that is their past. And you know when you say Zuzu of childhood, like foolishness of childhood or whatever, those things, you would think that somebody like Sammie Okposo is now married, and you would think he's now settled, and you know, that is his past is past, or whatever kind of life people may have been accused of having in the past. But to now see that people are now coming up and speaking up more and say, he does it, they always do it, oh, They always do stuff like that. By the way, I know a lot of people may not know him, but because of his kind of music, it's like church song, and you have to be, you know, into that to know people like that. I honestly haven't heard any of his songs for like ever, if I can put it like that. The only song that I know that he really came into limelight will be the Welu Welu one. And even that Welu Welu song, that's another interesting part. Even that Welu Welu song, that time, I was told that the song belongs to another Niger Delta guy that they said he showed. That's what I heard, that he brought the song to Sammie Okposo and said, you know, Sammie Okposo, you know, kind of like, whether, I don't know whether Sammie Okposo was into music production or something. I think he went into music production and stuff like that. Showed the song to Sammie Okposo. That's what I heard then. That he presented his song to Sammie Okposo and said, look at this, my song, da, da, da. And they said that Sammie Okposo took the song and ran with it. That he's not even the owner of that song. And that the real owner of the song is this guy, is the comedian as well, Godons. A lot of you may know Godons. Godons is the one that sang Level Don't Change. And if you look at it, you see that that Welu Welu song and Level Don't Change and Godon's kind of stuff rhymes with Welu Welu. Sammie Okposo has not been really, to the best of my knowledge, Sammie Okposo has not been able to replicate that Welu Welu song, that style. But anyways, I just want to give you a bit of a background of what I know about Sammie Okposo. Okay, now imagine that he's a gospel singer. Gospel singer or not gospel singer, he's a man, a married man. Although you expect a different standard for somebody that is singing gospel, you say maybe they're born again, they're really serious with their faith. And then if you see the text message exchanges, it's all over Facebook. You would see, it's sad. As a married man, he will not be the only one to play away match. A lot of them do these things. A lot. And then another area I want to speak about. I believe it to be hypocrisy for anybody to come here in the comment and start bashing or start dragging him. And then when we speak about pastor, you'll be like, touch not my anointed. Well, this is our anointed singer. Abi, he's singing gospel song, right? This is touch not my anointed singer, right? Because this is, if you set different standard, it will come back and bite you at the back. If you set different standard and say, pastor can do this, because it's a lie. People get inspired from, if a pastor can get away with it. Okay, from what we are hearing, he was threatening the lady, I will deal with you. Whatever they were saying, he was threatening her. He was telling her, I have lawyer here, I have this, I have whatever. You know, when they were bedroom dancing, so people say, someone, what do you call it? bedroom? So what do you call it, bedroom dance? What do you want me to call it? Bedroom dancing, whether it's Atilogu or whether it is, I'm going to start laughing. Whatever dance they did, it was harmonious, right? There was peace. And then boom, she then announces the pregnancy. All of a sudden, she becomes his enemy. It's not the first time, it's not the second time. We hear things like this. If you're not going to be happy with the lady when she comes with the news later, choose now not to be happy to dance with the lady at all. You know what's interesting is that it will not still stop some men. We know of a pastor that a girl came out and said that she gave him Holy Mary, Evil Mary or whatever, Red Mary to drink to get rid of her pregnancy. And she said the same thing, that everything was going okay. It was when she found out she was pregnant that he turned around and became somebody else. We're hearing the exact same thing happening again. So what standard are we going to set for our society? When you set a different standard for the pastors and you let some people get away with so much, it inspires somebody else to see that, I can actually get away with it. He got away with it. If examples are not set with some people look up their art, it's going to trickle down. But apologizing is no big deal. You know what's interesting again? Was it not last year or the year before? Nice, another Nigerian singer, got exposed for the same thing, although his own did not end up in pregnancy. What did Nice do? He came and apologized to the whole world and said, he's apologizing, help me beg my wife. I said, why would we help you beg your wife? When you do the dancing, we no join. When he now come, it's like, you know, how did they talk in my language? They will say, it's like when you eat the food, you don't call us. Now for washing your hand, you walk. When you walk on, wash the hand clean. After you don't eat all the correct, whatever you eat, or crossubo, or whatever, when it now reach time to wash hand, you're inviting us to come and join you to wash hand. Brother, I beg, carry your cross. Yeah. So here is his apology. He said, dear friends, he said, I need to bring a very unfortunate incident. Now it's unfortunate. Now it's unfortunate. When it was sweet to you, it was not unfortunate. I'm saying this part because every man that is watching and you're already towing this line, or you're planning to tow this line, save yourself from unfortunate ahead, not when it has finished happening. Okay. I need to bring a very unfortunate incident to your attention, as I am not proud of it, but know that this is the right thing to do. The right thing to have done is to have prevented it. I'm saying is that his own has happened, it has happened, but I'm saying it for another person. Don't wait tomorrow now to come apologize to us tomorrow. Make plans now. Okay. It says, on my recent trip to the USA, late 2021, I got intimately involved with a lady. Knowing that this was not appropriate as a married man and as a minister of the gospel, I am ashamed and regret my actions, as it has caused a lot of pain to my dear wife, Ozioma, and her name is beautiful, my family and I. As I work in making peace with God, repenting and asking for his forgiveness, I am suspending myself from ministry work until full restoration, as this is what is proper and what I know I owe God and his people. To my wife, Ozioma, I am sincerely sorry I put you through this shameful and embarrassing situation. I broke your trust and disappointed you. Your forgiveness of my moral failure and poor judgment is important to me. I pray I will eventually be able to build back the trust and confidence every single day, for the rest of my life. I went to now he's going to, hopefully from now he's going to lock up the snake between his legs, but the thing is that this could have been prevented. Anyways, and then he said, for the rest of my life, that's what he said, I want to take this moment and apologize to all fathers and mothers of the faith and ministers of the gospel for my behavior and moral failure. I won't be here if not for your investment and belief in what God has called me to do. I sincerely apologize for this embarrassing situation. To all that have been a part of my ministry, followed my ministry, or know me personally, I'm truly sorry for disappointing you. I regret any pain or disappointment that this news of my moral failure and poor judgment may cause you, and I am truly sorry for disappointing you. I humbly ask that you continue to pray for me. Another area that I really want to address is this area of, like I was saying, if it's a pastor and that is accused of this thing, and we make a video about it, some people will come in the comment section and tell you, not touch, not anointed. The lady is a Jezebel. The lady is a this. The devil used the lady to tempt the pastor. Oh, after all, he's a human being. Pastors are human beings. They are not perfect. All of those things. Let me tell you, I don't believe, there's no reason why you should judge a pastor. I'm saying this because if you always come in the comment section, there's no reason why you should discuss a pastor differently, or why your comments about this when he's a pastor should be different from when he's an everyday man. Tell me why. But at the end of the day, these are the things that give birth to stories like this. If you say we should not talk about it because he's a pastor, then we shouldn't talk about it when he's somebody else. Like, why the double standard? Why the double standard? Is it not the same Wakurimeta? I'm going to start. At the same time, some of our women, when you make videos, a pastor did this and you make a video about it, it shocks me how some women will come and leave comments and say, he's a pastor, you can't talk about it. Are you the God that called them? Are you the da-da-da-da? Well, this one is a called singer. Are you the God that called him to sing? Because I'm speaking of the area of double standard. Because a lot of people are watching. Let me tell you, if someone chooses to be a pastor, they should be setting examples for a lot of people watching them. And examples are being set. Is it the first time we're hearing pastor went to a foreign country to go and perform? I call it performance. A lot of them are performers these days. To go and perform because they do abracadabra. Let's be honest, it's abracadabra that a lot of them are going to perform in abroad countries. And then they go. It's basically sex tourism at this point. It's basically, that's the same thing. This boy is a singer. He went to a different country and look at what he did because he felt, I'm far away from my country. Let me go and try whatever. And I've made videos where I've said, if you want a change, we should be preaching the same thing across board. Not if you begin to say it's okay because that person did it, then, or it's okay because that, no, it should be, anything that is wrong is wrong. I want to address that hypocrisy, because the dragging now, and then at the same time, for our women, because it's sad when it's women that would, they were talking about a pastor that they said, whatever with a secondary school girl, and the woman was like, is the pastor, but I said, if that child is your child, would you say the same thing? If she is your sister, will you say the same thing? And at the end of the day, a lot of these people that are up there, because they are well-known faces, and it's in the news, and people see other men, see how it's brushed under the carpet because it's the pastor. At the end of the day, it makes other people want to come up tomorrow to do it. You ask yourself, if he was not exposed, would he have come out to apologize? Yes or no? Because real repentance is not necessarily, I don't know why I feel like he's sorry that he's caught. He's sorry that he's exposed. Because the way he addressed the lady, when the lady confronted him with the pregnancy, if he had said to her, oh my goodness, what have I done? Straight away and said, you know, what have I done? Give me time to process this, you know, I need to speak to my wife and all of that. And then he came out to then apologize. It would be more, it would be different. For the fact that he threatened, he told her to remove the pregnancy and all of that, all of those things, cut her off, blocked her, blah, blah, blah. And then it was only when it was exposed that he now came out and became sorry. So it makes it look like he's sorry that he's caught, not necessarily sorry for what he has done. As always, whatever your opinions are, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.